Hey guys, it's Magic Pistol Man here, and today I'm going to talk about pistols. Yes, my favorite of all the guns in the game, the pistols. Now, this video is going to be after my tier list video. After each tier list that I do, I'm going to post a video describing what I'm talking about. And this one still happens to be pistols, because I just did my pistol tier list. Check that out if you haven't. It's a long video. I got timestamps in the comments. If you want to click those, you can go right to the pistol you want to talk about. But eventually I'm going to do individual videos on every single pistol out there, so you can see a more in-depth description of the pistol that you want talked about. If you just get one, like a new pistol out of the new birthday llamas, and you're like, ooh, I wonder if this pistol's good, then you can just check one of my videos out and be like, okay, well, yeah, this pistol is this, this, and this, and this, and then you should do these perks and use these heroes. Stuff like that. And the Founders Revolt video should be coming out tomorrow, if I don't get delayed. This pistol video is going to come out Sunday. Yeah. So, let's get into the video. So, pistols. Pistols are pistols. I mean, there isn't much to describe about them. I mean, pistols are kind of they're short range. They're used usually in sometimes mid, normally close range, kind of like shotguns. They have a range of shotguns, but they don't have the inaccuracy of shotguns. That's what I love about them. It's super easy to headshot with them. The crosshairs are really small on them, so you don't miss. That's why I love them, because you can always headshot and do double the amount of damage that you would do with the shotgun if you don't hit all the pellets of the shotgun on the head. Yeah, well, so there are different types of pistols. There are the hand cannons, which I'm gonna put on the screen now. These are all the hand cannons. There's the Bald Eagle. There's the Judge. There's the Falcon. There's the Piston Spitter. The Vindertech Blaster. And the Vacuum Tube Revolver. Most of the hand cannon subclass pistols take heavy ammo to use, when the Vindertech Blaster and the Vacuum Tube Revolver take energy ammo, but they both are used the same way as the other hand cannons. The next class is machine pistols. Machine pistols consist of the Thrasher, the Viper, the Monsoon, the Riptide, the Founder's Quickshot, and the Vindertech Blazer. Oh, and the Lightning Pistol. Forgot about your Lightning Pistol. Sorry. And the Lightning Pistol. These guns are some of my favorite. The hand cannons are also very good as well. Hand cannons and machine pistols are probably some of my favorite ones. Machine pistols are kind of like mini ARs. They usually have more fire rate than ARs, though. They have less range, but they do more damage. So, yeah. Machine pistols get some of the highest DPSs in the game. That's why I like them so much. Now, the next category of pistols is the semi-auto pistols. Now, with the semi-auto pistols, there is a lot. There is the Vindertech Burster, the Jackal, the Bolt, the Krypton Pistol, the Whisper .45, the Haywire Storm, the Founders Revolt. What else is there? Sorry, I'm saying most of these are the top of my head. I just gotta check this real quick. And yeah, that's all of them. these pistols are semi-automatic, but they're not hand cannons. So with hand cannons, all hand cannons are semi-automatic, where you semi-automatic. Pretty much the definition of it is pretty much that it shoots. It's an auto pistol, but it's semi-auto. So that means you have to click in order for it to shoot. You have to click individually for each shot. So I did put a lot of kind of the semi-auto pistols into the hand cannon category because I consider them hand cannons more than semi-auto. Because I mean, all of these have like a fire rate of like 4 or higher or something like that. The bolt gets. It's not letting me check. Hold on. Yeah, 5 or higher. When the judge gets like 2, and the duelist gets like 2, and the falcon gets 2.5, and the piston spinner gets 2.5. So semi-auto pistols are kind of in between. If you like semi-auto, if you like clicking a ton, these pistols are great. But some people hate semi-auto, and I don't disagree with them because semi-auto is a pain to click all the time. So I don't blame them. The next category of pistols are the launcher pistols. Now, there are 3 types of launcher pistols. In-game, the subclass of the pistol is called Special or High-Tech. There's a couple of them. But I'm just going to call them launcher pistols. So there's the Zap Zap, the Freedom's Herald, and the Tiny Instrument of Death. Basically, these are pistols that have an AoE effect. Not an I always say that, AoE effect. That's wrong. Because AO means area of effect. So I said area of effect effect. It has an AoE. An area of effect. So it can hit multiple enemies at once. It can get, like, hit probably up to 10 enemies at once if you shoot it correctly. The Freedom Tower is probably the easiest ones to shoot 10 enemies at once. But they're super fun. Usually they're not that good, but they can't be super good. Some people say, like, why isn't there a launcher defender? Well, there kind of is. It's called the Gunslinger. If you give them one of these launcher pistols, then they can shoot an explosive. I mean, they're pistols, but it's still kind of an explosion. Giving a defender a Freedom's Herald is so good. It is so fun as well. Yeah. So, these launcher pistols are cool. And the next group, I'm just going to call it as miscellaneous pistols, because I don't want to individualize the other pistols. There's the Space Invader, which is kind of semi-automatic, kind of automatic. It's kind of in the middle, but I'm just going to put it in miscellaneous, because I really didn't know what to call it. And then there's also the Dragon's Breath. Those 2 pistols are taking a spot in miscellaneous. Those 2 are... So the Dragon's Breath would probably be considered a shotgun pistol, but I really didn't want to make a separate category for it. But basically the shotgun pistol is the Dragon's Breath. It shoots shotgun rounds, and it is basically a shotgun, but you can use it on like Ranger Deadeye and get the pistol perks. So it's definitely a good gun. It's like, I think I rated it 10 on the tier list or something around there. It's pretty good. And the Space Invader is also an alright pistol. If you master it, it can be super good. But really, it's a super fast firing semi-automatic. But yeah. Then I have the... So with pistols, most of the pistols don't have that big of a range. Fun fact, the Space Invader has a 10,000 range, the highest range out of all pistols, and you can snipe with it if you get good with it. But the other pistols have 3.5k fire rate, and I have and some of the pistols have a 2.5k fire rate, so they don't shoot very far, because like most ARs have like around a 5k fire rate, not fire rate, I meant range, a 5k range, and they're like medium to, they're like all medium range, where the pistols are short to medium range. Pistols are great when compared to ARs, because they're kind of like the hand cannons are like the one shot, like, well, not the actual gun, the one shot, but they one shot stuff, and then the automatics are like auto ARs and stuff like that. But you just need to be close up, and when you play pistol heroes, I mean, like, the better ones are Outlanders, and with Outlanders, the really cool part about it is that you get a phase shift, and phase shift makes it so you can basically like teleport, like you can change from medium range to short range in a second. That's kind of why pistols are great. You know, they kind of beat, like, yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I think pistols are better than ARs, but you guys don't have to agree with that. It's definitely they're definitely close. With Outlander's phase shift, honestly, in my opinion, is the best ability in the entire game. It is so good, because not only can you use it to go medium range to short range, you can use it to just, like, blaster shooting at you, phase shift twice, and you're gone. You're, like, already 10 tiles away from the blaster, and they can't shoot you anymore. It's so helpful to, like, get out of situations. It's easier to move around easier. It makes Outlanders usable in combat, basically. The heroes I would run with pistols. The best hero to run with pistols is Ranger Deadeye. And don't let anyone tell you that Urban Assault Headhunter is better than Ranger Deadeye with pistols, because Urban Assault Headhunter can be used on all types of guns. But when it comes to pistols, Ranger Deadeye outclasses every single hero out there. Ranger Deadeye, Ranger Beetlejuice. Those are the two Rangers. And Ranger Deadeye gets crit rating, crit damage, and damage all on pistols, where like Urban Assault Headhunter gets fire rate, magazine size, weapon stability, and reload speed. So it's not, it's not as good. Like when it comes to damage, Ranger Deadeye is better. But it kind of depends on the set you're running as well. If you're running a fire rate set, you're better off running Urban Assault Headhunter. If you're doing a critical set, which you should be doing, then Ranger Deadeye is better. Now, when it comes to pistols, and you run Ranger Deadeye, almost every single perks you do will be a crit build. There are a couple exceptions, and I will talk about them in the videos that I will be doing. In some occasions you want to do crit damage and crit chance, some you want to do crit damage, and some occasions you just don't want to do any crit at all, depending on how you want to use the gun and what heroes you run. So if you have Ranger Deadeye and you like Ranger Deadeye, if you're totally against Outlanders, you could still use pistols. You just wouldn't want to run a crit build. It wouldn't be the best. I would run a fire rate headshot build and run Urban Assault Headhunter. It'd be really good. You just have to be able to get in close. So you would really only use a pistol when you're close range with an enemy. Otherwise, I would use an AR. But if you're running like Urban Assault Headhunter, she's a great hero for pistols. You just have to run, like I said, a fire rate headshot build. Another pistol hero, this one isn't, not many people have it because it was only in the scavenger event, but you can get it for the birthday llamas out now. Gunblazer Salvi. I am trying to get one from the llamas, and I haven't yet. And I'm really angry about it because I really want to try him out, and I want to kind of compare him with Ranger Deadeye, because he is not a crit pistol hero. I'm actually gonna pull him up right now so I can name his I don't know his perks at the top of my head, but I do know that he gets a lot of pistol perks. I do know a couple, like set phasers to kill. When you phase shift, your pistol damage increases by 50% for 4 seconds. Which isn't that bad now that phase shift regenerates in 5 seconds. So that's pretty good. And a really cool part about Gunblazer Southie is that he gets Teddy and Shock Tower just like Reclaimer. And he also gets this cool perk. He gets Eagle Eye. He does get the crit rating on pistols, which I forgot that he did. He also gets extended magazine. Now, he's the only hero that gets this. Increases ammo capacity of pistols by 24%. It's kind of a lame perk because it's only pistols and it's only 24%. Where like a lot of soldiers have like increased ammo of everything by 30% or something like that. And Gunblazer just gets the 24% on only pistols. But he's a really good hero. So one part about Gunblazer that everyone loves is his llama, is his bullet llamas. So when he throws a llama down, he gets ammo out of the llama. And it's not just like one ammo every time you hit it. You're dropping like 20 ammo every time you smack the... More than that, like 100 ammo every time you smack the llama. It's insane how much ammo you get. And you can also put them in your tactical to get ammo from llamas. So if you want to, like, if you're running Pathfinder and you're like, you know what, I might as well get some bullets as well. Just put Gunblazer in your tactical and you get ammo and mats from your llamas. But you only get ammo when it falls, when the llama falls, if that makes sense. And he gets a bunch of Teddy perks and Shock Tower perks and pistol perks. So honestly, he'd be a really, really fun hero to run, especially for me because I love Teddy, but I also love pistols. So I might try him with Reclaimer in support and then run like, and then I could run Reclaimer in tactical as well. I really want to try it now. I think it's going to be super good. I just have to get him. Once I get him, I'm definitely going to get him straight to 106, probably 130 as soon as possible. But that's another pistol hero. You can use him or Ranger Deadeye, or if you despise Outlanders, you can run Urban Assault Headhunter. Now, obviously you could run other heroes with pistols, but honestly, if you run a soldier that's not Urban Assault, then you might as well run ARs. I'm just throwing that out there. Unless you love a certain pistol, like the Bald Eagle. So there are a couple pistols that you could run as like, but if you're running a full pistol loadout, then you're gonna want to run a pistol hero. But if you're running one pistol, like the Bald Eagle or the Founders Revolt or something like that, you can run any hero. They'll be great on any hero. I'm definitely gonna talk about that when I get to those videos. Now, for supports for the heroes, I would definitely... There are two options that I would run if you're running a pistol loadout. If you're running a pistol loadout, well, there are a couple more than that many options. I would recommend... best for Ranger Deadeye and Gunblazer, the best hero in support would be Trailblaster. Now, there's Trailblaster AC, which is also Stars and Stripes AC. They're the same person. And then there's also Trailblaster Buzz. And there might be a couple more, but those are the two that I know of. And they're both... they both get the... increases pistol critical hit damage by 70%. That's very good. If you don't have Trailblaster, there's also another option you can do. And some people might like this better. If you're running Urban Assault Headhunter, and because you hate Outlanders and you want to run a full pistol loadout, I would run Ranger Deadeye in support because he gets 24% more pistol damage. Now, if you don't have a second Ranger Deadeye or something like that, then I would run Urban Assault Headhunter in support because she improves headshots. If you're running a headshot build on your pistol. Now, those are the three that I would probably run. There's a couple other options that you could try out. Like I said, Gunblazer could be really good with Reclaimer. which increases energy damage by 20%. That's very good. And I mean that's really it that I would run with an Outlander on support. Those are the best options. Now for tactical doesn't increase. Well, I mean there's a couple that does this, but normally a tactical, there's a little fun factor. Tactical increases your abilities when support increases your guns / increases your weapons. Now there are a couple. No, that's not an exception. That's exactly what it is. Tactical increases your abilities, and support increases your weapons. So, Ranger Deadeye, Gunblazer Salad, and Herbasalt Headhunter. I'll talk about Herbasalt last, but if you're running Gunblazer or Ranger Deadeye, you're gonna be focused around a combat Outlander. Now, when I run a combat Outlander, you're gonna want some combat perks. Now, there are only a couple with Outlander that it kind of sucks. Like, there's Shuriken Master, who gets anti-material charge, slows enemy movement, and honestly, I would not run that in Ranger Deadeye. You could, if that's their only option, but a lot of people have Carbide or Commando Spitfire. Wait, is it Commando Spitfire? I have them. Yeah, Carbide or Commando Spitfire both have Grizzled Veteran, which increases the duration of Teddy by 5 seconds. 5 whole seconds, yeah, so it is very, very good. I use it all the time. But there's also another option, actually just an event going on at this very moment. So if you're watching this in the future, this won't be going on. But Birthday Brigade and Sergeant Jonesy both get Phase Blast. Now, Phase Blast is super OP on a certain Outlander I'm going to talk about probably in a different video. But when it comes to Ranger Deadeye, Phase Blast isn't a bad idea. If you don't have Carbide, Commando Spitfire, or Sergeant Jonesy, you can run Birthday Brigade in Tactical, and it's still pretty good. Like, if you learn how to use it super well. Basically, what Phase Blast is when you phase shift, it sends out a blast of like phase or something, and it knocks enemies on the floor. It's super fun, and it actually does a fair amount of damage. But it knocks them on the floor, which is great, and it's really good if you're running like Pathfinder and you're trying to like get a chest opened up and leave. That's how I would run if you're trying to farm. But another option. This is one of the. There are 2 options that are very, very, very good, but are very underrated for some reason. And now I'm not sure why, but they are. So this is for defense, because Outlanders aren't that tanky. That's kind of like the bad part about them. But Tank Penny gets a tactical called Firewall. Melee attacks against the primary's hero's shield triggers an energy pulse, dealing 873.1 energy damage and knocking back nearby enemies in a 0.5 tile radius. Applies to all classes. It is super good. Like, Firewall is awesome. Like, if those mini husks attack you, every mini husk around you will die. It is very, very good. Now, if you're running the Founders Revolt, you won't have to. Mini husks aren't a problem, but if you're running, let's say, auto pistols, you don't have any AoE pistols, running Tank Penny in Tactical is a very, very, very good idea. And there's also one other thing I would recommend. This is for kind of skilled players only, but this can be super good if you play it correctly. So, Ranger Deadeye, this is only for Ranger Deadeye, this is not for Gunblazer. Ranger Deadeye gets a perk that's pretty good, and not a lot of people see it or notice it, because it seems lame, but it's actually really good. So not many Outlanders actually even get this ability, but it's called Phase Shield. Phase Shift forces the shield to regenerate for 2 seconds. Your shield will regenerate even if you continue to take damage, but it will only regenerate at 20% of the regular rate. So, something that's really interesting with Ranger Deadeye, this has happened to me a lot. When you'll phase shift and phase shield will activate, but there'll be a blaster shooting you. The blaster will break your shield every second. Every second the blaster is shooting you, it'll break your shield, because it only regenerates 20% of the regular rate, and blasters do a crap ton of damage. Your shield will break every single bit, And there is a good hero called Thunderstrike Scorch. Now, this is a Chinese New Year hero. I actually got it during the Chinese New Year event. I logged on for like one day during the event, and I opened one llama, and I got this guy. And I thought he was, like, back then, I thought he was the same as Dragon. So, I recycled him. And then I got him back in the new birthday llamas. His bonus, or his tactical, is when your shield breaks, trigger an AoE blast that deals 800 base impact. That's a lot. And stuns nearby enemies for 1 second. 800 base impact? That is a lot of impact. That is a lot of impact. I might calculate it and put it in the comments if I can. I might calculate it and tell me how much impact that actually is. But that'll knock smashers on the floor. It's a super underrated tactical that not a lot of people even notice. But it's not that bad for Outlanders with face shield. But you'd have to be really smart when using it. And you have to be thinking a lot. If you're not that smart when it comes to stuff like that, I wouldn't use it. I'd probably just go. I would go Carbide or Commando Spitfire in kind of lowerish level missions. But when it comes to higher level missions, like above your power level, I would run. Oh, I haven't even said this yet. I would run Reclaimer for the Bear Stare. Yes, it now shoots lasers from the eyes. It's really good, but I in my opinion, I think Carbide's better, but only in kind of lower level missions. Like if I'm power level 88, if I join a power level 58 mission, I'm gonna want to do Carbide because it's gonna last longer. But if I want my Teddy to be doing more damage, because it doesn't do that much damage in higher level missions, then having Bear Stare is a super good strategy for it. So those are all the tacticals I would run on pistol Outlanders. And if you're running Herb Missile Headhunter, I would just go with a grenade tactical. There's a lot of them. There's Banshee's stun grenades. There's double agents. What's it called? Cluster grenades. There's plasma specialists. Affliction grenades. And those are all I can think of at the top of my head, I guess. Yeah. So I would go with those. And yeah, I mean that's basically it. That's pistols, everyone. Yeah. Yeah, how long have we been recording? Oh, 28 minutes. That's nice. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this this pistol video, and I hope you found it very informative. If you did, go ahead and leave a like button down below and comment coconuts if you got this far into the video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.